Hello, good evening. Today is the second session of our quadratic equation. Okay, in this session, we will try to solve some problems, important problems. We'll solve only some important problems related with relation between coefficients and roots. Okay, depending upon relation between roots and coefficients. Okay, and nature of roots of the quadratic equation, right? Let us start. uh, in last class also we have done some problems related between the roots and coefficients and the nature of roots. Okay, today also we will continue some important problems, only problems we will do today. Understood? So let us start. Problems. First problem. See, the ratio of the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is r is to 1. Okay, prove that b square r is equal to sc into r plus 1 whole square, and hence find the condition so that the two roots may be equal to each other. Understood? First read the problem carefully. The equation is given. What is the equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What is the equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Of course, the condition is what? A not equal to 0. It is not necessary to write everywhere, but always remember A not equal to 0. Otherwise, this equation will not represent a quadratic equation. Understood? And the ratio of the roots are in r is to 1. What is the ratio? R is to 1. This is the ratio between the roots of this equation. So let us assume the roots are what? R alpha and alpha. বুঝতে পেরেছো? তুমি যদি রুটস আর আলফা এবং আলফা নিয়ে নাও তাহলে কি হবে? তাদের রেশিও কি হবে? আলফা আলফা will be cancel, r is to 1. Okay. So sum of the roots equals to what? Sum of the roots minus b by a. Okay. এটা আমরা শিখে নিয়েছি. Sum of the roots and product of the roots. What is the products of the roots? Products of the roots will be r alpha into alpha is equal to c by a. Understood? c by a. এখন এই দুটো রিলেশন থেকে from these two relations you have to prove b square r is equal to s into r plus 1 whole square. কিভাবে? আচ্ছা দেখো, let us say it is number 1 and number 2. Okay, from this what you can write? Take common alpha, so r plus 1 into alpha is equal to minus b by a. Understood? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, alpha is equal to minus b by a into r plus 1. This is alpha is equal to this. বুঝতে পারছো? নাম্বার 3 ফর আইডেন্টিফিকেশন অনলি নাম্বার দিয়ে রাখো, তাহলে বুঝতে সুবিধা হবে। এটা থেকে আমরা কি পাই দেখো, r into alpha square product is equal to what? c by a. বুঝতে পেরেছো? c by a, r into alpha square. তাহলে আলফার ভ্যালুটা এখানে বসিয়ে দাও, put the values of alpha. this implies r into alpha, that is from 3. Alpha is equal to what? Minus b by a into r plus 1. This whole square, r alpha, this square. Understood? What is the value of alpha? Minus b by a into r plus 1. b by a into r plus 1. বুঝতে পারছো? Is equal to c by a. Now simplify. এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, r into মাইনাসটা ডিউ টু স্কয়ার কি হয়ে যাবে? পজিটিভ হয়ে যাবে। b স্কয়ার a স্কয়ার into r plus 1 হোল স্কয়ার is equal to c by a. বুঝতে পেরেছো? এটা ইমপ্লাই কি করছে দেখো, আর বি স্কয়ার এ স্কয়ার এ, যেহেতু এ এর ভ্যালু নট ইকুয়াল টু 0 তাহলে এ দিয়ে মাল্টিপ্লাই করে দাও, তাহলে কি হবে? a ইনটু r plus 1 হোল স্কয়ার is equal to c by a means c by 1, that is c. এটি কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, আর বি স্কয়ার equals to ac into r plus 1 square. This is the relation to prove. দেখো হয়ে গেছে, আর বি স্কয়ার ac r plus 1 square has proved. First part আমাদের হয়ে গেছে. Now what is the second part? Second part is that, and hence find the condition so that the two roots may be equal. একটা জিনিস দেখো, আমাদের রেশিওটা কি ছিল? r:1, রেশিও ছিল r:1, তার মানে আর একটা ভ্যালু ছিল, বাট they are not equal. If the roots be equal, ratio will be what? 1:1, is not it? রেশিওটা তাহলে কি হবে? 1:1. If the roots be equal, r এর ভ্যালু কি হবে? Of course, for equal, r will be equal to 1. Okay, লিখে নাও, therefore for equal roots, therefore for equal roots r equal to 1. Therefore এটা কত নাম্বার দিয়ে দাও? Say 4. From 4 আমরা কি লিখতে পারি? r পুট করে দাও, r equal to 1, that is b square ac 1 plus 1 square. এটা কি আমরা করছে? b square is equal to ac into 4. This implies b square is equal to 4ac. This is the condition that the roots will be equal. বুঝতে পারছো? Okay. Come to the second one. Second question. What is the second question? If one root of the equation ax square plus bx, same equation, okay? ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is the square of the other. One root is the square of the other. That is, if one root be alpha, then what will be the another root? Alpha square of the other. Okay? Then you have to prove this relation. So আমি ইকুয়েশন রেখে দিচ্ছি। কোয়েশ্চেনটা খুব ভালো করে পড়ো, observe carefully. Okay, that is, if one root be alpha, another root would be alpha square. কোয়েশ্চেন লিখতে পারলে, let the roots are alpha and alpha square. Let the roots are alpha and alpha square. According to the equation, what's the condition? One root of the equation is the square of the other. Clear? Therefore, sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. বুঝতে পারছো? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে? রেখে দাও, keep as it is, give it number 1. Okay, and product of the roots, that is alpha into alpha square is equal to c by, বুঝতে পেরেছো? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, alpha cube is equal to c by a. Give it number 2. এখন কি করব? What to do now? তোমাকে এই আলফা কিউব এবং আলফা প্লাস আলফা স্কয়ার is equal to minus b, that is between 1 and 2, you have to eliminate alpha. Anyhow, eliminate alpha, then you will get the relation. How will you eliminate? Do one thing, since here cube, যেহেতু এখানে কিউব আছে, এখানে কিউব নিয়ে এসো, তাহলে bring the cube, cubing on both sides of 1. Both sides of 1. দেখো, cubing on both sides of 1, আমরা কি পাই এটা থেকে, alpha plus alpha square whole cube equals to minus b by a whole cube. বুঝতে পারছো? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, a plus b whole cube. a plus b whole cube, সেই ফর্মুলাটা কি, a plus b whole cube, a cube, a plus b whole cube, এই ফর্মুলাটা কি, a plus b whole cube, this equals to a cube plus thrice a square b plus thrice a b square plus b cube. এই ফর্মুলাটা আমরা ইউজ করব এখানে। ওকে, a হচ্ছে গিয়ে আলফা, b হচ্ছে গিয়ে আলফা স্কয়ার। ক্লিয়ার? that is alpha cube plus thrice a square b, a cube plus thrice a square b plus thrice a b square, a b square, understood? A b square plus b cube, this equals to minus b cube by a cube. Clear? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে, আলফা কিউব প্লাস 3 alpha to the power 4 plus 3 alpha to the power 5, বুঝতে পেরেছো? 2 2s are 4, 1 5 plus alpha cube whole square, ইন্টারচেঞ্জ করে দিলাম আমরা, লিখতে পারি this equals to minus b cube by a cube, রাইট? এখন আমরা কি করব, আলফা কিউব প্লাস কি কমন নেওয়া যায় দেখো, 3 alpha cube, if we take common, alpha plus alpha square, alpha plus alpha square is equal to minus b by, বুঝতে পারছো? plus alpha cube whole square is equal to minus b cube by a cube. ক্লিয়ার? এটা কি ইমপ্লাই করছে দেখো, আলফা কিউব ভ্যালু কত, c by a plus 3 into c by a into alpha plus alpha square minus b by a, ঠিক আছে, plus alpha cube c by a whole square, this is equal to minus b cube by a cube. Okay, now simplify. Alpha eliminated, alpha সরে গেছে, এখানে নেই। ওকে, now simplify, আমি এখানে আসছি, this implies c by a, c by a minus plus a minus 3cb by a square, 3cb by a square, okay, plus c square by a square, okay. This equals to minus b cube by a cube, b cube by a cube, okay. This implies, sorry, what is the LCM? A square, a cube, multiply by a cube, that is c a square minus 3abc plus c square a is equal to minus b cube. বুঝতে পেরেছো? This implies c a square plus c square a plus b cube equal to 3abc. If you change the side of 3abc, what to prove? Yes, b cube, right? First b cube plus ac square, right? ac square plus a square c is equal to 3abc. This was to prove. Hence proved. বুঝতে পেরেছো? Okay, come to the next problem. See, if one root of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is the cube of the other, then prove that this is equal to this. Okay, cube of the other. Equations same. Equation তোমার same আছে. You have to do all these calculations carefully. কোথাও যদি কোনো ভুল হয়ে যায় in any stage, then in the exam hall সমস্যা হয়ে যাবে. বুঝতে পেরেছো? You'll face a lot of problems in the exam hall. So every steps you have to follow carefully. This is the equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 and not equal to 0. Okay. If one root is the cube of the other, so let the roots are alpha and alpha cube. One root is cube of the others. Okay, alpha and alpha cube. You have to prove b square minus 2ca whole square equals to ca into c plus a whole square. Okay, same procedure. You have to eliminate the alpha from the two conditions. What are the conditions? One condition is sum of the roots. Alpha plus alpha cube is equal to what? Minus b by a. Another one is what? Alpha into alpha cube, product of the roots, c by a. Okay, c by a. Now, how will you eliminate alpha? Here, that is alpha to the power 4 is equal to c by a. Understood? We with number 2, it is number 1. How will you put the values of alpha to the power 4? That is, কিভাবে তুমি আলফাটাকে eliminate করবে? How will you eliminate? Squaring on both sides of 1. Square করে দাও. Squaring on both sides of 1. Squaring on both sides of 1. এটাকে both sides square করে দাও. that is I'm writing here alpha plus alpha cube whole square. This is equal to minus b by a whole square, minus b by a whole square. Okay, minus sign will come inside whole square. Clear? Squaring on both sides of this one. A plus b whole square. A plus b whole square means a square plus twice ab plus b square. A square plus twice a into b plus b square equal to square and minus will be what? Minus will be positive due to square, that is only b square by a square, right? This implies what? Here alpha square plus 2 alpha to the power 4 plus alpha to the power what? Here alpha to the power 6 is equal to b square by a square, right? Twice ab plus b square. Now what to do? 2 alpha to the power 4, yes, you could put, that is 2 alpha to the power 4. Now alpha square plus alpha to the power 6 is equal to b square by a square. Now do one thing, take common alpha square, 2 alpha to the power 4, or m. What will be our m? How we can put the values of alpha, especially in standard form? If you consider this directly alpha to the power 4, how will you bring here alpha to the power 4? That is, if you take common alpha square, then 1 plus alpha to the power 4, understood? Here this is equal to b square by a square, understood? Now what will be for alpha square? That is, see, what is alpha from here? C by a whole to the power 1 by 4, understood? So in single alpha we can put this way. So what will be there? Alpha to the power 4 c by a plus alpha square. What is the alpha? C by a whole to the power 1 by 4 whole square, understood? Whole square. This into 1 plus alpha to the power 4, that is c by a. This equals to b square by a square. Clear? This implies 2c by a plus c by a all to the power 1 by 2. 2 2s are 4. Understood? Into, simplify, a is the LCM, a plus c. This is equal to b square by a square. Clear? Now what will you do? Come here. This implies keep this portion in left part and this one sent to right, because you have to remove half. How will you remove? By squaring. So send it first to right, that is b square by a square is already in right side, b square by a square. Okay, minus 2c by a, I send this part this time to right, minus b square by a square, and in left side as it is, that is c by a whole to the power 1 by 2 into a plus c by a. Understood? Yes. Now again square on both sides. But before squaring, you have to simplify the right part. What is the LCM? A square. So a square means b square minus twice ac. Understood? So squaring again, squaring again, we get c by a. Half will be removed, b plus c by a whole square. This equals to a to the power 4 b square minus 2ac whole square. Understood? Simplify now again. That is c by a, that is a cube due to square, c into b plus c whole square. This equal to a to the power 4 b square minus 2ac whole square. Understood? A cube a to the power 4, that is c into b plus c whole square equal to a in denominator a, b square minus twice ac whole square, multiply by a, that is ac into b plus c whole square equal to b square minus twice ac whole square. What to do? Check. ac into c plus c plus a. Oh, by mistake I wrote b. c plus a, c plus a, c plus a, c plus a, c plus a. Okay, c plus a, c plus a. Correct? ac into c plus a, that is a plus a whole square, b square minus 2ca whole square. Correct. Hence the problem. Understood? You have to check carefully. You have to see. You have to do all the steps carefully. Otherwise, problem. Okay. Next one. If the roots of the equation or equations are same, x square. আমি সেটার নাম হচ্ছে রেখে দিচ্ছি same equation. Let me it is first. Okay, few seconds. তোমরা ভালো করে প্রবলেমটা দেখে নাও. See the problems carefully. Roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 are two consecutive integers. Consecutive integers means what? If one integer be 2, another one will be 3, they are consecutive. If 3, then another will be 4 and onwards like this. Only two consecutive integers. That is, if one be alpha, another will be alpha plus 1. These are the roots. Understood? So let the roots are what? Alpha and alpha plus 1. Understood? Roots are alpha and alpha plus 1. Right? Understood? Okay. Now you have to prove b square minus a square is equal to 4ac. So first of all, sum of the roots alpha plus 1 is equal to minus b by a. This implies what? 2 alpha plus 1 is equal to minus b by a. This implies what? 2 alpha is equal to minus 1 minus b by a. Understood? This implies 2 alpha is equal to take common minus 1, that means 1 plus b by a. Okay, this equals to what? Minus of LCM a plus b. Understood? This. That is, alpha is equal to what? Alpha is equal to minus of plus b by 2a. This is alpha. Give it number 1. Alpha is equal to this. Understood? Alpha is equal to this. Now, this is the sum of the roots. What is the product of the roots? What is the product of the roots? The product of the roots is alpha into alpha plus 1 is equal to c by. What is the product of the roots? This is one root, alpha plus 1, other root. This is the product of the roots, c by. This is a formula. This implies alpha square plus alpha is equal to what? C by a. Understood? Now, put the value of alpha directly. I think it will be the one way in eliminating alpha. Therefore, alpha square, that means minus of a plus b by 2a whole square. Understood? Plus alpha. Alpha means minus a plus b by 2a is equal to c by a. Clear? This implies, since square, so it will be a plus b whole square by 4a square. Understood? Plus minus minus a plus b by 2ac. This is equal to c by a. Clear? C by a. This implies, what is the LCM? 4a square, 2a and a 4a square. Multiply by 4a square. 4. Oh, so 4a square, this portion 4a square into 4a square will be cancelled. Only what will remain? A plus whole square. A plus b whole square minus 2a into a plus b. Understood? 4a square means what? 2a into 2a. So 2a will be cancelled. Is equal to c by a into 4a square. Understood? This implies a plus whole square, a square plus 2ac plus b square minus multiply 2a square plus minus minus 2 ab. This is equal to a will be cancelled, 4ac. Understood? 4ac. Simplify 2 cancelled. Now a square minus 2a square, that is minus a square plus b square equal to 4ac. What to prove? Oh, answer came. Answer came. That is b square minus a square is equal to 4ac. As proved. See. I think clear? Yes. Okay. If any doubt, you can ask me in the chat. Up to the next problem. Yes. Is it? This is another pattern of problems. এতক্ষণ অবধি যে প্রবলেমগুলো আমরা করলাম সেগুলো সবগুলো হচ্ছে sum of the roots and product of the roots directly you have to use. Okay. Now, of course, sum of the roots, product of the roots আমরা এই দুটো ফর্মুলা আমরা এখানে ব্যবহার করব। but in another way, in different way এই প্রবলেমগুলোতে বুঝতে পেরেছো we'll use trick. See, if alpha be a root of the quadratic equation, what is the equation? 4x square plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. 4x square plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Prove that 4 alpha cube minus 3 alpha is the other root. Very important one is the other root. That is, if in this equation alpha and beta be the two roots, it is already given alpha is a root of this equation. You have to prove 4 alpha cube minus 3 alpha is the another root, that is beta is equal to this. You have to prove beta is equal to this. Understood? Clear now? Okay, let us start. See, let the another root be what? Beta. Let the other root be beta. Okay, other root beta. Therefore, sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to what? Sum of the roots minus b by a. Understood? That means minus half. So, what is beta? Beta is equal to minus half minus alpha. Say what? Understood? That is, if we can prove beta is equal to this, anyhow, that is, if we can prove this is equal to this, then our problem will be solved. Understood or not? I'm telling you again. If we can prove beta is equal to this, that means this equal to this, then our problem will be solved. So let us start. Now 4 alpha cube minus 3 alpha equals to 1. We will show this equal to beta, reverse way, indirectly. Okay, this equals to what? In between, see one thing, alpha is the root of this equation, isn't it? Therefore, of course, alpha will satisfy this equation. If alpha satisfies this equation, then what we can write? 4 alpha square plus 2 alpha minus 1 equals to 0, is not it? Since alpha is the root of this equation, this alpha will satisfy this one, correct? Now 4 alpha square from here, 4 alpha square is equal to what? 1 minus 2 alpha, is not it? 1 minus 2 alpha. See, the value of 4 alpha square we will use here. How will you use? How will we use? Can you write 4 alpha square into alpha minus 3 alpha? Understood? This equals to 4 alpha square. What is the value of 4 alpha square? 1 minus 2 alpha. 1 minus 2 alpha into alpha minus 3 alpha. Understood? This equals to what? Alpha minus 2 alpha square minus 3 alpha. Alpha minus 3 alpha, like terms. Like terms. Alpha minus 3 alpha minus 2 alpha. This alpha square. Okay? Clear? Alpha square. Minus 2 alpha square and alpha minus 3 alpha is equal to minus 2 alpha. Now, what is the value of alpha square again? See, I will put the value of alpha square, that is 2 alpha. This implies divide by 2, isn't it? That is 2 alpha square equals to 1 minus 2 alpha by 2. Understood? Put the value of 2 alpha square here. That is minus of 2 alpha square means 1 minus 2 alpha by 2. Understood? Minus 2 alpha. Now see, this is equal to what? Minus of 1 by 2 minus alpha minus 2 alpha. Understood? Split it. This implies minus half minus minus plus alpha minus 2 alpha. This is equal to what? Minus half minus alpha minus 2 alpha means minus alpha. Minus half minus alpha. Minus half minus alpha is equal to what? Beta. See. Beta. That is another root. We proved this one. That is this equals to already proved what? Beta. Another root. Understood? This is the way. This way you will try. Okay? Important problem. Another one. If one root of the quadratic equation is this, there is alpha, prove that its other root is alpha cube minus what? 3 alpha. Same procedure. Same procedure. You will try yourself. Okay? Thank you. If the ratio of the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is be equal to that of the roots of this px square plus qx plus r is equal to 0, prove that rpb square is equal to seq square. Okay, how will you do? How will you do it? See the problem? Read the problem again. Read this problem again and think how will you do? How will you do it? If the ratio of the roots, what are the equation? Ax square plus bx plus c. One equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. And what is the another equation? Px square plus qx plus r equals to 0. Plus r equals to 0. That is the ratio of the roots, two roots of this equation are equal to the ratio of these roots. Okay, that means if the roots of this equation say alpha and beta say gamma and delta. Understood? Therefore, according to the question, alpha by beta is equal to gamma by delta. Bit number 1. Understood? According to the equation, ratio of the roots of this equation equal to the ratio of the roots of this equation. Okay, and since alpha beta be the roots, then what we can write? Sum of the roots is equal to what? Minus b by a, and product of the roots what? C by a. Understood? Similarly, these are the roots, that is gamma plus delta is equal to what? Minus q by p, gamma into delta is equal to what? R by. Understood? I think clear? Now from 1, what you can write? From 1. From 1, what we can write? Key likhte bari. How will you bring sum of the roots and product of the roots? Of course, there is a technique. Componendo and dividendo. Okay. By using componendo and dividendo, you can write alpha plus beta by alpha minus beta. Similarly, gamma plus delta, gamma minus delta. Understood? Now what to do? For the difference, plus টা পেয়ে গেছি, for difference, to bring the difference better use square on both sides. Square on both sides. Squaring on both sides. What you can write? Alpha plus beta whole square by alpha minus beta whole square. This equals to gamma plus delta whole square, gamma minus delta whole square. Understood? Do one thing. First you take the reciprocal. First you take reciprocal. That means alpha minus beta whole square, alpha plus beta whole square, gamma minus delta whole square, gamma plus delta whole square. Understood? Now, what will you do? Alpha plus beta whole square. A minus b whole square. A minus b whole square means what? A minus b whole square? A plus b whole square minus 4b. Understood? Similarly, keep as it is. Alpha plus, gamma plus delta whole square minus 4 gamma delta. Understood? Split it. This will be cancelled. Minus 4 alpha beta by alpha plus beta whole square. This equals to 1. Both sides you will get 1. 1 cancelled. Better you write first. Otherwise it will get confusion. 1 minus 4 gamma plus delta whole square. Understood? 1 cancelled. Minus 1 also will be cancelled. Multiply both sides by minus 1. Then this minus 1 also will be cancelled. That is, you are getting what? Alpha beta by alpha plus beta whole square. This is equal to gamma delta by gamma plus delta whole square. Now put the values. You will get the required relation. Understood? Will I do? Okay, I am doing here, the left side. Okay, what is the value of alpha beta? I am doing here. Alpha beta is C by A. C by A. Can you see? Yes, C by A. C by A divided by alpha plus beta minus B by A. Minus B by A whole square. This equals to gamma delta. Gamma delta is equal to what? R by P. R by P divided by gamma plus delta, that is minus Q by P. Minus Q by P. Understood? Now simplify. This implies what? C by A, B square by A square. This is equal to R by P, Q square by P square. Okay. C by A into A square by P square. Understood? R by P into P square by Q square. A cancel. CA by B square. That is R into P by Q square. This implies CA into Q square equal to RP into B square C. I think this was to prove CA into Q square. Yes, RP into B square has proved. Understood? Okay. Next one. This is another important problem. Okay. See, let me reset first. Today only problem we are doing. In next class, we'll start uh, common roots problem. What are these actually? Common roots problem. First I will explain, then problem. And maximum and minimum values of the quadratic expression. Very important. In the next class. That is in session 3. We'll try. Now, this problem. If alpha beta be the roots of the quadratic equation, x square minus px plus q equals to 0. X square minus px plus q equals to 0. Alpha and beta be the roots. Alpha and beta be the roots of this equation. Find the equation whose roots are q by p minus alpha and q by p minus beta. Understood? That is, if alpha beta be the roots of this equation, then of course alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus p by, okay, minus p by 1, okay, that is simply p. And alpha beta is equal to simply q. Okay. Now you have to form an equation whose roots are q by p minus alpha and q by p minus beta. Then sum of the roots and product of the roots you have to find. Isn't it? Again, if alpha and beta be the roots of this one, okay? So alpha and beta will satisfy this equation, is not it? Because p minus alpha, p minus beta, you have to find the value of this. This is a tricky equation, very important one, tricky equation. That is, alpha and beta will satisfy this equation. That is, alpha square minus p alpha plus q is equal to 0, isn't it? Take common alpha. If you take common alpha, alpha minus p plus q equal to 0. That is alpha, see, alpha minus p equal to minus q. Understood? Here alpha minus p, but in the equation p minus alpha. Therefore, minus alpha into p minus alpha. Understood? Is equal to minus q. That is p minus alpha is equal to q by alpha. Understood? I am writing p minus alpha is equal to q by alpha. You got the value. Similarly, p minus beta is equal to q minus beta. Remember these two values. It will help us. Okay. Let alpha dash is equal to q by p minus alpha and beta dash is equal to q by p minus beta. Okay. That is, alpha dash and beta dash are the roots of the new equation that we will form. Understood? That we will form. Now, sum of the roots and product of the roots. Therefore, alpha dash plus beta dash equal to what? This plus this, q by p minus alpha plus q by p minus beta. Understood? First sum of the roots. Then we will find product of the roots. Q by what is the value of P minus alpha? P minus alpha is equal to Q by alpha. Q by alpha plus Q by P minus beta. Q by beta. That means what? That means what? Q cancel, alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to what? P. Understood? That is sum of the roots of the new equation that we are going to form is P. Understood? Again, and alpha dash beta dash, product of the roots. Similarly, product of the roots will be what? Alpha into beta. Understood? After calculation, you will get alpha into beta. That means this is equal to what? Q. Understood? Therefore, required equation. Required equation x square minus sum of the roots p into x plus product of the roots u equal to 0. This is the required equation. This is the answer. Understood? Go to the next problem. Oh, live stream days. Okay. Class 9 every Friday 9:30 p.m. Class 10 every Sunday 9:30 p.m. and class 11 going on today every Tuesday 9:30 p.m. Okay. Next problem. Yes, this is a very important one. This problem is a very important one. It came in IIT. Okay, I forgot the year. সেটা IIT test ছিল. This is an IIT question. IIT means JEE means. Okay. How will you do this one? Alpha and beta roots. Alpha and beta be the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus 2bx, sorry. 2bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, alpha and beta be the roots of this one. And alpha plus delta and beta plus delta be the roots of the equation ax square capital Ax. Capital A x square plus 2 capital Bx plus capital C is equal to 0. You have to prove this relation. How will you prove? Okay. Alpha beta be the roots, then alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus 2b by a. What is product? This is equal to c by a. Understood? Let alpha dash is equal to what? Alpha plus delta. And beta dash alpha plus beta plus delta. Understood? That is, you assume these are the roots of the second equation. Let us assume alpha dash is equal to this one, beta dash is equal to this one. This is a trick. Remember this trick. Very important. Very important trick. Okay. If you can remember this one, you can use this trick, then your problem solved. Now see, for both root, delta is common. Is not it? Delta is common. So if you subtract from this one to this, that is alpha dash minus beta dash, then you are getting what? Alpha minus beta. Delta will be eliminated. Understood? Delta will be eliminated. Now, a good relation between the roots of the second equation and between the roots of the first equation you got. But here is a minus sign. So how do you remove minus sign? Squaring on both sides. alpha dash beta dash whole square alpha minus beta whole square. Okay. Now after that what you can write? This implies a minus b whole square means a plus b whole square minus 4ab. A plus b whole square minus 4 alpha dash beta dash. This equals to this one, that is alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Understood? Now put the values. Alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to what? Oh, second equation. From second equation, alpha dash beta dash. I'm writing here. What is the second equation? A x square plus 2bx plus capital C is equal to 0. Then alpha dash and beta dash are the two roots. So what is the sum? Minus 2b by a. What is the product? C by a. Understood? C by a. Now sum, that is minus 2b by a whole square. Understood? Minus 4 into product C by a. Capital C by a. This equals to alpha plus beta minus 2b by a whole square. Okay. Minus 4 into alpha beta, that is C by a. Now you have to simplify this one. This implies what? Minus will be eliminated due to square, that is 4 beta square by a square minus 4 C by a. This equals to 4 b square by a square minus 4 C by a. These are small. LCM a square, that is 4 b square minus 4 AC. Understood? This equals to small a square LCM 4 b square minus 4 AC. 4 4 4 4 4 4. This implies b square minus AC by a square equals to minus AC by a square. See what to prove. I think this b square minus a, yes, hence proved. This is very important problem. Understood? This is another problem. All are important. All are important. If p square by q and q square by p are the roots of the equation 2x square plus 7x minus 4 equals to 0, find the equation whose roots are p and q. Roots are p and q. This given p plus q is a real number. Okay. Okay. Let us start. How will you do? What is the equation? 2x square plus 7x minus 4 equals to 0. This is the equation. P square by q and q square by p are the roots of this equation. That is, in place of alpha and beta, this is given p square by q and q square by p. That is p square by q plus u square by p. Sum of the roots is equal to minus 7 by 2. Understood? This implies PQ is the LCM, P cube plus Q cube is equal to minus 7 by 2. Understood? Okay, give it number 1. Product of the roots, again P square by Q into Q square by P is equal to what? Minus 4 by 2. There is C by C here minus 4. That means minus 2. This implies P cancel. There is PQ equal to minus 2. Give it number 2. Understood? PQ is here. Now put the value of PQ here in 1. So from 1, what you get? PQ plus QQ divided by minus 2 is equal to minus 7 by 2. Understood? This implies changing the pen. This implies minus 2 cancel. That is PQ plus QQ is equal to 7. Understood? This implies AQ plus BQ. What is AQ plus BQ formula? A plus B whole cube. A plus B whole cube minus thrice AB into A plus B is equal to 7. Understood? This implies A plus B whole cube minus 3AB. That is PQ. What is the value of PQ? Minus 2. Minus 2 and minus 3, 6. Understood? P plus Q minus 7 equals to 0. Understood? This is a cubic equation. Let P plus Q is equal to say X. Oh, here you cannot assume X because it's the equation of X. Say it is what? Say Y. So it is Y. Okay. Now you can write what? Y cube. Y cube plus 6y minus 7 is equal to 0. Now you have to solve this one. It's a cubic equation. How will you solve? How will you solve? Put the values. Y is equal to 1. So 1 cube plus 6 minus 7. Yes, satisfying. Isn't it? If you put y is equal to 1, then it is satisfied. Left side is be 0. That is y minus 1 is a factor. Understood? Y minus 1 is a factor. So this implies what? Y square y minus 1. Technique. Zero method technique. Okay. Zero method technique. Use here. Take y square and y minus 1. Then again balance y square into y cube minus y square. So plus y square. Understood? Plus 6y minus 7 equals to 0. This implies y square into y minus 1 plus take common y. Blindly y minus 1. Y square, okay, minus y plus y plus 6y minus 7 equal to 0. This implies y square minus 1 plus into y minus 1 plus 6y 7y minus 7 equal to 0. This implies y square into y minus 1 plus y into y minus 1. Take common 7 y minus 1 equal to 0. Understood? This implies y minus 1, take common, y square plus y plus 7 equals to 0. Now this part cannot be 0. It is always positive. It is a quadratic equation where the coefficient of y square a is positive and is discriminant less than 0. Check, less than 0. There is no real roots you will get. It is always positive. That is, if we draw an x-axis, equation will be like this. It did not cut the x-axis, real axis. See, it is always positive. It is not equal to 0. Therefore, of course, y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. Y minus 1 is equal to 0. That is, of course, y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1 means p plus q equal to 1. Understood? P plus q is equal to 1. That is, sum of the roots you got 1. Product of the roots pq is equal to minus 1. What will be the equation? Writing. What will be the equation? Equation will be x square minus sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is p plus q. P plus q. Sum of the roots is what? P plus q into x plus product of the roots equal to 0. This implies x square minus pq is equal to 1. That is 1 into x, pq is equal to minus 2 equal to 0. That means x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. This is the required equation. This is the required equation. Understood? Very important problem. Give 5 star. What is the next problem? If the roots of the equation px square plus rx plus r equal to 0 are in the ratio a is to b, prove that, oh, now you can do it. Okay. It is the first r is to 1, like r is to 1, a is to b. That is, the roots will be what? A alpha and b alpha. A alpha and b alpha. Okay. You will complete this one. Find the condition so that the roots of this equation may be equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. You have to find the condition so that the roots of the equation may be equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. How will you find? Okay, let us try. Okay, first you have to simplify the equation. A by x minus a plus b by x minus b equals to 5. First you have to simplify this one. That is, it is not in the standard quadratic form. Okay, not in standard quadratic form. First you have to convert this one into standard quadratic form. How will you convert it? What will be the LCM? X minus a, x minus b is the LCM. That is a into x minus b plus b into x minus a. This is equal to 5. Understood? Simplify. X minus a into x minus b. X minus a into x minus b. ax minus ab plus bx minus ba. Understood? ba means ba, sorry, ba, ab cancelled. Not this one, ba and ab all same. This implies x minus a, x minus b uh, what ax plus bx equals to 5. Okay. Now this implies what? Ax plus bx equal to 5 into multiply this one, x square minus bx minus ax plus ab. Understood? This implies ax plus bx is equal to 5x square minus 5bx minus 5ax plus 5ab. Clear? Come here. Change the side of ax plus bx. That is 5x square bx, that is minus 6bx minus 6ax, isn't it? Plus 5b plus 5ab equals to 0. Okay, this implies 5x square minus 6b plus a x plus 5ab equals to 0. It is now in the standard quadratic form, where a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 6 into a plus b, and c is equal to 5ab. Okay. Now, what is the condition given? Equal in magnitude but opposite in signs. Opposite in signs. That means if one root be alpha, then another root be what? Minus alpha. Equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. That is plus alpha and minus alpha. Okay. So what will be the sum? Sum of these roots, of course, will be 0. What is the formula? Sum of the roots equal to minus b by a. Again, minus b plus a by 5. Understood? Minus b is equal to minus 5. That means what? 0 equals to 6 in a plus b by 5. This implies what? A plus b equals to 0. I think, yes, this is the condition. A plus b equal to 0. Okay, a plus b equals to 0. This is the condition. That is, roots will be equal but opposite in sign for this one. This is the condition. Okay. Next equation. If the roots of this equation be equal, then show that this one. You will do this one. That is, roots of this equation be equal. What is the condition? Discriminant will be equal to 0. If the roots are equal, then b square minus 4ac equals to 0. By taking discriminant d, b square minus 4ac equals to 0, to simplify, you will get the answer. Otherwise, I will do. Okay. Show that the roots of this equation are equal if either equal to b is equal to 0 or a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3b is equal to 0. Okay. Here all problems are important. All problems. What is the equation? B square, a square minus bc. A square minus bc into x square plus 2 into b square minus ca. B square minus ca into x plus c square minus AB equals to 0. Understood? This one. This is actually C. Check again. A square minus BC x square 2 into B square minus here to x sorry C square minus AB equal to 0. The roots are equal. Then of course B is equal to 0. Understood? This implies B means B square, that is this one. 2 into B square minus C whole square. B square minus 4 into A. A means this one. A square minus SA. B square minus 4A into C. B square minus AB equal to 0. Understood? Now we simplify. This implies 4 into B square minus CA whole square minus 4 into A square minus BC into C square minus AB equal to 0. See, 4 cancel. Okay, 4 cancel. 2 cancel. Now, what? A minus whole square. A square minus twice A into B plus B square minus multiply this A square C square minus A cube B minus BC cube plus A B square C equals to 0. Understood? This implies B to the power 4 minus 2B square CA plus C square A square minus A square C square plus A cube B plus BC cube minus AB square C equals to 0. This cancelled. Take common B. Okay, now any like terms B square CA, B square CA, another B square CA. That means B to the power 4 minus 3 B square CA plus A cube B plus BC cube equals to 0. Understood? Take common B. Take common B. If you take common B, what you are getting? B cube. B cube minus 3 ABC. Is it? Yes. Plus A cube plus C cube equals to 0. Understood? So either B is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. Either B equals to 0 or B cube plus A cube plus C cube minus 3ABC equals to 0. Yes. Either B is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. As proved. This is the problem. Understood? You have to do all this carefully, step by step. Okay. What is the next one? Okay. Common roots problem. In next session, I'll start the common root problem. I'll explain what is common root problem. Then some problems we'll try to do. Okay. After that, we will do the maximum and minimum values of quadratic expression. How will you find the maximum and minimum values of any quadratic expression? Understood? Then I think more two topics are there. One is Newton's quadratic formula. Another one is there is any 2-degree equation of two variables have to factorize into two linear factors. What will be the condition of that? Lastly, I will do that one. Okay, let us up to this today. Thank you. Good night.